They say money can buy happiness, but for me, it only bought a cold, golden cage. I traded a man who offered me his soul for a man who offered me a dream. But that dream, well, it turned out to be a total nightmare. Now, I'm standing here in the rain, realizing I threw away the only real thing I ever had. I had Alex. He was a mechanic. He smelled like engine oil and hard work. He was broke by society's standards, but his heart, it was purer than any diamond. Then there was Mr. Jordan. He smelled like expensive cologne and success. He promised me a life of luxury, and I believed him. And in my greed, I chose the glitter over the gold. But fate has a wicked sense of humor. The rich life I chose with Mr. Jordan was built on a foundation of stolen money and scams. As the handcuffs clicked on his wrists, I looked at the news. There was Alex, the man I called a loser, standing on stage. He hadn't just changed his life, he had won the national lottery, $50 million. In one night, I lost everything, and the man I abandoned gained the world. How did I let greed blind me so completely? Stay with me, because my story is a lesson that will change the way you look at love and money forever. Our life, it wasn't always a tragedy. For 3 years, Alex was my world. He worked 12-hour shifts at the auto shop. His hands were always stained with oil, and his back was always aching from leaning over those engines. But every night, he'd bring home my favorite snacks, smiling despite how exhausted he was. He was building a future for us, brick by brick. But all I could see was the dust. I started to resent the smallness of our life. I hated the way our floorboards creaked. I hated that we had to save for 3 months just to afford one nice dinner. Alex would tell me, "Babe, be patient. I'm working on something big, just a little longer." But I was tired of waiting. I wanted the silk dresses I saw on Instagram. I wanted to be the woman people looked at with envy, not pity. On our 3rd anniversary, he took me to the park where we first met. He knelt down and showed me a silver ring. It was beautiful in its simplicity, but to me, it looked cheap. It looked like a life of struggle. I didn't see the overtime hours he worked to buy it. I only saw what it wasn't. It wasn't a diamond. It wasn't status. That was the day the seed of betrayal finally took root. That's when Mr. Jordan appeared, like a character straight out of a movie. He didn't just offer me a ride, he offered me an escape. His car smelled like expensive leather and old money. When he looked at me, he didn't see a mechanic's girlfriend. He saw a woman who belonged in a palace. He called himself an international investor, a man who moved millions with a single phone call. For weeks, I lived a double life. I was still eating Alex's cheap takeout by night, while dreaming of Mr. Jordan's champagne by day. Alex was so innocent. He even showed me a lottery ticket he'd bought, laughing that it was our ticket to the moon. I laughed too, but in my head, I had already found my ticket, and it didn't involve waiting. The night I left, it was the quietest night of my life. Alex stood there. I watched his eyes darting from my suitcases back to my face. Then he dropped the groceries, just a simple bag of rice and some vegetables. The sound of that bag hitting the floor, it felt like a gunshot echoing in the silence. He asked me, "Where are you going?" And for the first time, I didn't hide the truth. I told him I was leaving for someone who could actually provide for me. He didn't get angry. He didn't even scream. He just looked broken. He held out that crumpled lottery ticket and whispered, "Me, please. I have a feeling about this one. If we win, I'll give you everything. The mansion, the cars, the dresses. Just stay one more night." I looked at that pathetic piece of paper and just laughed. I told him that only losers rely on luck. Winners rely on men like Mr. Jordan. I told him he'd be stuck in this garage for the rest of his life. Outside, Mr. Jordan's car was idling, a low, powerful growl, promising speed and status. I walked past Alex without looking back. He tried to grab my hand, his fingers all stained with oil, the oil of a car he'd spent all day fixing just to pay our rent. I pulled away, as if his touch was poison. "Don't touch me with those dirty hands," I said. Those were the last words I ever spoke to the man who loved me. As we sped away, the city lights just blurred into a streak of gold. Mr. Jordan handed me a glass of champagne. He didn't ask if I was okay. He didn't ask why I was crying. He just said, "Forget that life. You're with a king now." I took a sip, trying to wash away the taste of regret already forming in my throat. I felt like a queen, but I had no idea I was walking straight into a trap. The first month, it felt like a movie. 5-star hotels, rooftop dinners, and jewelry that cost more than Alex made in a year. But the cracks, they started to show quickly. Mr. Jordan never stayed in one city for more than 3 days. He never used the same credit card twice. He called it business security. But I saw it. I saw the way he looked over his shoulder every time a police car drove past. I was covered in diamonds, but I felt like I was being watched by a wolf. As we sped away, the city lights just blurred into a streak of gold. Mr. Jordan handed me a glass of champagne. He didn't ask if I was okay. He didn't ask why I was crying. He just said, "Forget that life. You're with a king now." I took a sip, trying to wash away the taste of regret already forming in my throat. I felt like a queen, but I had no idea I was walking straight into a trap. The first month, it felt like a movie. 5-star hotels, rooftop dinners, and jewelry that cost more than Alex made in a year. But the cracks, they started to show quickly. Mr. Jordan never stayed in one city for more than 3 days. He never used the same credit card twice. He called it business security. But I saw it. I saw the way he looked over his shoulder every time a police car drove past. I was covered in diamonds, but I felt like I was being watched by a wolf. One afternoon, while he was in the shower, I found his briefcase. It wasn't filled with investment contracts. No, it was filled with fake IDs, different passports, and lists of names. All of them women. Before I could even process it, his hand clamped down on my arm like a vice. The gentleman was gone. He leaned in and whispered that if I ever touched his things again, I'd find out just how dangerous his business really was. I realized then I wasn't his partner. I was just his latest mark. I became part of his game. He used me as bait, a pretty face to distract wealthy investors while he drained their accounts. He began demanding I sell the very gifts he gave me, the rings, the watches. I was broke again, but this time I was broke in a silk dress. I thought of Alex's small apartment. It was cramped, yes, but I never had to worry about the police knocking down the door at 3 a.m. The end came faster than I expected. The sirens I had feared, they finally arrived. Mr. Jordan didn't try to save me. He didn't even look at me. He just grabbed a bag of cash and headed for the fire escape, leaving me to face the consequences of his crimes. As that door was kicked open, I realized the ultimate truth. I had traded a man who would have died for me for a man who didn't even know my real name. I spent 2 days in a holding cell. They finally realized I was just another one of his victims, a fool, not a criminal. They let me go with nothing, just the clothes on my back. I sat in that bus station, shivering, surrounded by strangers. No phone, no money, no dignity left. I stared at the TV on the wall. I wasn't really seeing it until a name caught my ear. A name that made my heart stop beating for a full second. The news anchor was shouting, "History has been made today," she said. "The winner of the largest national lottery in a decade has stepped forward." And there he was, Alex. He looked like the man I always wanted him to be. But the irony? It was suffocating. He wasn't holding a wrench anymore. He was holding a check for $50 million. The date on the ticket flashed on the screen. It was the same ticket, the same one he had begged me to stay for, the same worthless piece of paper that I had laughed at before walking out on him. The reporter asked him what he planned to do with the money. I leaned closer to the TV, my breath fogging the glass. Alex spoke. His voice was just as gentle as I remembered. He said, "I spent my whole life trying to build a future for someone I loved. She's gone now, but I realized that wealth isn't about who you can buy, it's about who you can help." He was turning his old garage into a school He was using the fortune I craved to build the world I had looked down upon. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run to that TV and tell everyone that he was mine, that the money, it should have been ours. But then I looked at my reflection in that grimy station window. I saw the truth. Alex didn't win because of luck. He won because he stayed true to himself, while I sold my soul for a counterfeit dream. I had the winning ticket in my hand for 3 years, and I threw it in the trash for a glimpse of fake gold. I spent my last few dollars on a taxi. I thought, if he just saw my face, if he remembered us, he would forgive me. He had to. I told the guard I was his fiancé. The guard just looked at me, a mix of pity and confusion. He spoke into his radio. A minute later, he nodded. "Mr. Alex will see you," he said. My heart leaped. I thought, this is it. My life is starting again. I started talking before he could even speak. I told him how sorry I was. I told him Jordan had kidnapped me, lied to me, that I had been trying to find my way back to him every single day. I reached for his hand across the desk. I expected it. I expected him to pull me into his arms. But Alex, he just sat there. He looked at my hand, then back at my eyes. He said, "Me, I saw you get into that SUV. I saw the look of disgust on your face when you told me not to touch you with my dirty hands. You didn't leave because of a mistake. You left because you thought I was a nobody." He told me he kept the ring just to remind himself of the man he used to be. Then he did something that hurt more than any slap. He took out a checkbook, wrote a number, and slid it toward me. $10,000. Take it. Build a life. But don't ever come back here. The woman I loved died the moment she stepped into that black car. He didn't hate me. He just didn't care anymore. I walked out of that building with $10,000 in my hand. But I felt like the poorest woman on earth. I had traded a lifetime of $50 million and a man's pure devotion for a few weeks of fake luxury and a one-time payment of pity. As I watched his car drive past me, the windows tinted, the engine silent, I realized that greed, it doesn't just take your money, it takes your future. My name is Mia, and I learned too late that when you chase the shadow of wealth, you lose the light